We're here today in Thornbury with Sajid Javid and incumbent MP Luke Hall. Now, Sajid, first of all, just tell us a bit about your history in the area. You have links here.
Yes, well, I was brought up nearby in Bristol, and my father had a business, a ladies' clothing shop, and then he decided he wanted to expand a bit, and he did open a shop here, right here in Thornbury, just off the High Street in the shopping centre, and he had it for a few years.
Fantastic. And why are you here today then? What's the reasons for your
I'm here to back Luke in this very, very important election that we're facing. It's a very big choice for people in this election, which is either they can choose Jeremy Corbyn and his plan for 2 chaotic referendums and risking our economy, or we can choose the Conservatives. We can get Brexit done, and then we can also deal with so many other things, all the people's priorities.
So you've met a couple of business owners that have been established here in Thornbury for a number of years. What's their sort of feeling of residents around the area towards this election coming up next month?
I think Luke's got some really good support here locally, but we don't take anything for granted. We've got to go out there and fight for every vote. And what we certainly find, and I have found, and including here in Thornbury, is certainly from local businesses, they can see that the Conservatives have always been on the side of local business, and that's helping create more opportunities, more jobs. Today we just had the latest job figures nationally, which shows that unemployment is at its lowest level for 45 years. And if we want to keep things that way, then we've got to keep our economy strong. And that's either you choose the Conservatives to do that, or you can risk another economic crisis with Labour. And it's worth remembering every Labour government in history has left our country with an economic crisis. The thing with Corbyn, whereas other Labour governments have taken a few years to create that crisis, he'll do it in a few months.
Fantastic. And Luke, what does it mean for you as sort of the MP in this area, and the incumbent, to have someone like Sajid come down today?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, some of the things that we've managed to do locally for Thornbury, like the fact that the government has just taken over the rebuild of the Thornbury Health Centre, is really important to me and to the community here, because we need to get that health centre rebuilt, open, just like we've extended the opening hours at Yate. But also looking at some of the transport infrastructure projects here, and having the Chancellor coming here, hearing what we plan to do, hearing about the new Yate Park and Ride that we're going to fund, is really important for us. And I think just a taste of the things that we can do if we re-elect a Conservative MP with a Conservative majority government and get Brexit done and deliver some of these local priorities.
Fantastic. So just last two then, nationally, what are people getting if they vote Conservative?
They're going to get Brexit done, first of all, and that's critical that we move on as a country. And within weeks of coming to office with the majority, if we win, we will get Brexit done. And also, the strength of the economy under the Conservatives will mean that we can invest in so many other priorities, like fighting crime with more police officers, backing our great NHS, and investing more in our schools.
And then locally as well, what are they going to get if you back Conservative locally?
Well, again, look, we're going to get Thornbury Health Centre rebuilt. We're going to put that A38 transport package into place. We're going to look at reopening Charfield Station, build that Yate Park and Ride. We've already scrapped the Severn Bridge tolls, but we know there's so much more to do on transport. And some of the great schools here in Thornbury, like Castle School, we're going to rebuild it with that £14 million investment package, and that special needs school in Alveston. So there's lots of good local priorities, like connecting those final 4% of houses with broadband, super fast connections in our community, to make sure that everyone can run their businesses or do their homework from their home. So the Conservatives will both deliver Brexit and get on and deliver local priorities in South Gloucestershire too.
And the last little one then, do you think Conservatives have brought this area forward?
Absolutely. If you look at the extended opening hours at Yate, MIU, if you look at some of the money given to transport investment, if you look at the Severn Bridge tolls that we've scrapped, if you look at the amount of record amounts of people in South Gloucestershire in work, record amounts of women in work, record amount of disabled people in work in our community, there's some huge advances to be made. But we also are very conscious that, like all areas, we want to do more, we want to invest more in our schools, get that A38 transport package in place, get Charfield Station opened, get Yate Park and Ride done.
And people have the opportunity to keep moving Thornbury forward by voting Conservative.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time.